Hello guys and welcome to part 4 of my Anno 1800 beginners guides. In today's video we're gonna cover the engineers, all you need to know about them and how to progress further to investors. Make sure to like and subscribe and let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make sure that I have enough workers and farmers, because as you can see I do not have many right now. And then I also gonna build a few ships. For now let's do 2 schooners, and I'm gonna explain later why. Alright, I've expanded the city, I have more workers and more farmers now, and the first thing we're gonna need is concrete, but we do not have limestone on this island and also not on the second one. So what I and you actually can do is go and buy it from the prison, because Eli is selling it. And by now you should have enough money to afford that. This is also why I built these 2 ships. Now I'm gonna create a trade route to go and buy this from Eli. The concrete, alright, like this. So I don't have to worry about that, we're just gonna pay for it. Now let's see the routes, because rum is no longer needed. So I'm just gonna delete this route, because as you can see here, the actor is providing rum. Now since we are here, let's check if we can use this guy. Yeah, this one is for the engineers, so I'm just gonna place him inside, and later on when we have more engineers he's gonna boost a little bit our engineers. So now I'm also gonna make a trade route for steel beams, because I'm gonna need a lot of them. So from Sir Archibald we're gonna buy as many as possible, like this. I'm not gonna build the steel beams factory. And let's see, we will need 75 engineers in order to build the concrete factory. So I'm gonna upgrade a few buildings here, like this. And now we'll check if we have everything that they need. So far so good. I see fish is a little bit underproduced. For now it's okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and build the concrete factory. Ideally you should have all your factories, all your industry on one spot, because later on when we have electricity we can provide electricity and every building is gonna get boosted. They're gonna produce more. See, this icon here means that this building, for example, can be electrified and that they then gonna produce more. Not 100, I believe it was 200%, but we will see in a second. So let's build the concrete factory, and then we need to check what we are missing. I'm also gonna build a small warehouse over here, and most probably steel is not gonna be enough. Let's see. Oh, we actually have enough. Okay, and what else do we need? Coal and iron. Let's see, coal, we have enough coal, and iron we have more than enough. Alright, why is this mine not working? That's because the output storage is full. Perfect. Now we are producing concrete. Now since we have a lot of buildings here for the industry, what we also can do is place down a trade union. I think right here should be perfect. Let's see, okay. And in here my friend Eli, Ferras, sorry, is gonna give us productivity plus 50. So everything here is gonna jump up. Now, as you can see, when you do that, they are producing more, but we need also more of everything. So for example, coal, we will need to build a new, or maybe move this one actually. Let's see if we do it like this. All right, let's see what happens with the coal. Okay, now we have enough. All right. So once you get to this point where you have built your concrete factory, what you need to do is actually wait until you have a lot of the concrete, because you will need a lot. For example, for this zinc mine, you need 10, and for the spectacles, for example, we need copper, zinc, and brass. For all three, we will need 10 tons of concrete. So if you made it so far, what you can do is wait and maybe go to the new world and expand over there. Make sure that you have coffee, for example, ready, because eventually the next step will be coffee for the engineers. And coffee you can import, but you can also buy it from Madame Kahina. She's selling it. This is what I am gonna do. I'm not gonna build in the new world for now. Once this coffee that you are buying is not enough, you can start importing it from the new world. All right, I'm gonna wait for a while, and once I have enough concrete, we're gonna continue. All right, we have plenty of concrete now, and the next step will be, let's check. We need zinc, we need copper. On this island we have zinc, so we can build a mine. If you do not have zinc and copper, you can also go and buy it from Eli. He's selling it, but I will just build one mine here. And for copper, we're gonna go to the second island because we have one copper deposit, but we will need to bring over some materials, and also we gonna need workers for that. And then we're gonna upgrade a few buildings here, make sure that I have everything needed just for the copper. But ideally what I most of the times do is, instead of doing all this, I just go and buy it from Eli. It's not so expensive since we have 500,000 now, so that should be fine. Alright, I have decided to build everything that I need instead of buying it from Eli. So let's do first the zinc, like this. And then I'm gonna go ahead over here and upgrade to workers. Then I'm gonna build the copper mine and start moving it to the main island. And once I'm done with upgrading and setting everything up, then I will continue. And let's see, yeah, we will need materials, so maybe I'll do that first. We're gonna need some materials, as you see, windows, concrete and steel beams, and then we can continue. Okay guys, we have upgraded a few houses here to workers and also built the slaughterhouse and the pig farm. Now we have 54 workers. This is more than enough for one copper deposit because we need only 25. So let's go ahead and build that. Make sure you have a warehouse, and then we can make, let's see, do we have a free ship somewhere? A lot of timber here. Okay, I'm just gonna drop it in the sea, and let's create a route from the second island to the main island, and then we're gonna move over the copper just like this. All right, on the main island we are mining for zinc, and on the second one for copper. So the next thing is the brass smeltery, and let's see, where can we, maybe here or here, yeah, maybe here, it's better. All right, once you have brass, and glass. You can also build a spectacle factory, and this is what they actually need.
I have to be resourceful.
And then you can start upgrading more and more houses until you reach 1000 engineers, and also unlock all these other buildings that they're gonna need, and you also gonna need actually. So let's see, we have the brass factory, and let's already build the spectacles factory as well over here. Alright, and we have 13 engineers, so let's just upgrade a few more houses. This. Alright, at this point you will have a lot of artisans. So every time you upgrade from artisans to engineers, you do not need to upgrade new buildings to artisans because you will have plenty. Alright, since we have engineers already, we can go ahead and upgrade our harbor, which will give us plus 100 storage. And actually we can upgrade it twice. Yes, we have enough concrete, so let's do that. Alright, and that's the maximum. We have to make sure that we have 1000 engineers. So let's go ahead and upgrade a few houses. Oh, okay.
You reached a new milestone.
All right. We have unlocked a few buildings that we can build, but we'll cover that in a moment. Let's make sure that we have 1000 engineers. Let's check the production tab. All right. The penny farthings are actually not needed in order to upgrade to investors. So for now, we are not gonna import that because, for example, for that you will need material from the new world, and I'm not sure if we have it. No, we don't have it on this island, so we'll need to go and get us another island in order to import this material. But since it's only for the happiness and making, you see, 35 coins, 35 coins is nice, but it's not necessary. Pocket watches later on, I'm gonna show you how to not have to make them yourself. And let's focus now only for the coffee. Okay, let's upgrade here. $934. If this fills up, maybe. Oh, it's just not enough. Okay. Alright, now we have coffee unlocked. Yeah, and actually we have to check from here if it's possible to buy it. Yes, we can buy it. Alright. Then the next thing is gonna be electricity, 1750 engineers. But let's wait for a bit until coffee is arrived and keep a track on it to see when it comes in. And then we're gonna explain the electricity, because for new players this is a little bit complicated, but I'll make sure to explain it as simple as possible. Alright, once we have coffee, I will continue. Alright, coffee has arrived. We have
to go to press.
enough of it, and I just missed my newspaper. If you miss your newspaper, you can check what they actually published. and for now, for this one, it was okay. 2 neutrals, 1 plus 5, it's fine. Okay, so from this point on, once you have coffee, as you can see, the balance has gone up because coffee is making actually a good amount of money, but we will need more engineers, and to make more engineers we need more artisans and so on and so on. So from now on, every time I upgrade artisans to engineers, I'm gonna upgrade some houses to workers, and also maybe if needed build more houses for farmers. All right, so let's do that. Over here, I'm gonna upgrade 6 buildings. 6 buildings. And let's see, 6 buildings. Let's wait to see if that's enough. I don't think so.
Naught but a ragged joy.
All right. Now you have a problem here. Since our rum is being provided by the actor, these houses over here do not have access, or like they are not in the range of the town hall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move them, and let's see if we move these 3 houses. And then we need to move 1 more. Okay, everything here is in the range. Let's check the production tab. Everything that we are importing is gonna be on minus, but that's normal. Now we have unlocked pocket watches. For now we are not gonna provide them because pocket watches are really expensive. And let's see who was selling them. I believe
What a
Archie.
jolly
See,
surprise.
1 ton of pocket watches cost 8,300. It's insane. So there is a trick for, but I'm gonna explain it later because we're gonna need the bank, and that's at 3,000 engineers. So for now, let's focus on getting to electricity, to unlock electricity, and then we will see what's needed in order to provide pocket watches. Alright, not enough, so let's upgrade 4. Let's see, actually here we can upgrade a few. 4. Alright.
Does this land belong to your queen? Or my bannermen tread new soil, benevolent one?
A competitor raised a settlement. Plenty to get. An explosion in one of your factories.
Oh, we have explosion. But our firefighters have extinguished it. Okay, well, we are almost there. A few more houses. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to upgrade everything in the circle, but let's see. So these two can be upgraded. We can upgrade these two. Like this, because the artisans, oh, here we can upgrade a few houses. So artisans, alright, and we need one more. Alright, it's unlocked. So the electricity and the light bulbs are both unlocked. So from now on, we're gonna need to provide that as well. And the bank is at 3000 engineers. So I think we will need a second town hall, like somewhere around here, and move some buildings in order to provide a rum, canned food, and eventually pocket watches and jewelry, but we will see. Okay, so now we need light bulbs. I'll do the light bulbs first, and then we're gonna provide the electricity. Let's see what we need. Coal and filament factory and glass maker. I think we are okay with the glass. Let's see. Yeah, we're providing more. We're actually making more than needed. And yeah, let's build that first. Over here, for example. And then the factory. Can we squeeze it down here? I think we can. Let's see, something like this, and this actually we can move back here. I'm gonna need a road. Let's make one road back here as well, where I can put down a small warehouse and upgrade it. Okay. It's actually not in the range of the trade union, but we can always build a new one. Let's see. Okay, let's do it here. And in here we're gonna put our friend Ferras to boost up the productivity. Now it's very important to check what we are missing. In this case it's coal, so let's see, over here it would be ideally, yeah, over here somewhere. Now it's 98%. I think that's because of the road. Okay, like that is fine. So coal is being produced. Sewing machines are a little bit underproduced, and the fur clothes, but that's okay for now. Okay, let's see. All right, they have light bulbs. That's making 35 coins per house, which is pretty good. And now we can move on to electricity. All right, in order to make electricity, we need oil, and actually we need a oil refinery. You can build one like so that it covers most of the oil springs. Okay, and once you have that in the range of your oil refinery, you can build the oil well by clicking on the building and then clicking on the well, and we can do it for all 4 of them that are in the range. But we need to store the oil somewhere, and this we do with a small oil harbor. You need space on your coast, and this is now perfect here because it's really close to the coast, so I can build one over here. Hopefully, yeah, I can. So let's do that. Now we're gonna make the oil wells. This takes, I believe, workers. No. All right, let's build all 4 of them. Quickly check the newspaper. Everything is good. Publish. All right, and now we need to bring the oil from here to the harbor. And this we do with the railway, and that's why we needed the steel beams, because railways need steel beams. Now let's go ahead and do that. So as you see here, you have 2 entrances. One will be, because there will be a train coming by picking up the oil, and then it has to go back to the harbor. So I'm gonna show you how to do it from here. Let's remove this. All right, you gotta start from inside. Let's see, like around here, maybe, yeah, like this. Then go into the
What a
harbor.
wonderful invention the railway is. Father will be very pleased.
But then once the train arrives, now it cannot go back, I believe. Oh yeah, it can actually. But I will just do that like this. Alright, that's perfect. Okay, so now we are gathering oil. Let's see how much actually. 16 tons per minute. And if you fill up your harbor, because it has a limit, you can always build oil store. This will give you 200 oil storage. It looks like that. I'm just gonna build one here for now, because I have all the materials. And now what we need to do is build the oil power plant, and this should be somewhere in the center of your city. Now what I'm gonna do, since this church is only needed,
Much to be thankful for.
it's needed for the artisans and the workers, but not for the engineers. I'm gonna move it and actually build one more, and hopefully that will be enough. So let's move it over here. And you can actually change the skins of some buildings. For example, I have a skin for this church. When you click on it, you'll get this option, and then I can make it white. All right. So what we need to do now is actually make enough space for the railway to come by and drop off the oil. Let's just build the power plant first. It needs also enough space on the front side and back side. So let's do it like this. All right. And then I need to move all these buildings with one tile.
Can you teach me about this new invention?
Let's see, like this. Just one tile. All right. And now hopefully, okay, that's okay. These 2 houses are not in the range of the town hall, but that's okay. For now we have enough room stored, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, it's almost to the maximum. And if it's not enough, I can always buy it, so that's fine. And now we need to make the railway. So let's say from here. You can cross the road like so, but just one tile can be crossed. All right, and then on the other side gonna do something like this. All right. And the power plant needs to be connected to the road, and everything that's in green, as you can see, all these streets that actually have the power lines will have electricity. See, now the train has arrived, dropped
People
off
celebrate
some
your
oil,
leadership.
and these houses
You
now
reach the limits of the possible.
have electricity. All right, population has gone up, and we can actually already upgrade to investors, but I'm not gonna do that because I want to unlock the bank. And in order to unlock the bank, we need 3000 engineers. So I think that I'm gonna make one more town hall, place it around here, rearrange the buildings a little bit, and have some artisans out here in the range of the new town hall, because I actually have 2 more actors, 2 more Mr. Garricks, and this guy is for later. This is for the investors. Before we rearrange anything, I want to explain about this building. It's called the Commuter pier. It's a very important building, and I'm gonna show you what it does. Now I'm gonna build one here, just right here, connected to the road. And then I'm gonna need to build one on the second island, but therefore I need the materials. So let's see, 50 steel beams, 40 windows, and 30 concrete. I do not have a ship here.
A new commission?
Okay, let's use this one. We'll go quickly to the, or maybe on this coast here I can also build, let's see where it was, here, a pier. And ideally you should build it as far as possible from your coast, like this. This will allow me to drop off and come pick stuff up from here instead of going all the way up here to the harbor. So let's send this ship over here, and then you can see how it actually works. Alright, the ship has arrived, and as you can see now I have the option to transfer, and we need it. I'm just gonna take 50 of every material. So 50 steel beams, 50 windows, and 50 concrete. Yeah, like this. I will bring it to the second island. This cost 1000. The maintenance is 1000 coins, as you can see here. Now for 2 islands it will be 2000, but my balance is okay for now, so I can build them.
Some people fish,
Alright,
others disturb
and let's do the actual building. Doesn't really matter where, it just needs to be connected to the harbor. Okay, as you can see now on this island I have all the workforce that I have on the first island. And for example, if I build more houses here, more farmers, I can actually upgrade all these farmers here to workers and eventually to artisans, and I don't gonna need anymore like the marketplace, the pub, like everything that the farmers need. I can simply delete, and I can have all my farmers on this island and my workers on this island, or for example I can also upgrade workers here And what it basically does is it combines your workforce between all your islands. I can, for example, have another island where I build
I'm always busy, Dad.
another commuter pier, and it will combine all the workforce from that third island with these two, and that's a really important building, since over here now I can build stuff that requires engineers and artisans, and I don't have engineers and artisans on this island. So it's a very useful building. Alright, so what I've done here is I've moved all my workers over here in the range of the new town hall, and they are ready to be upgraded to artisans. Now I'm gonna upgrade a few more artisans to engineers, and then we will see how many we need to upgrade to artisans from workers. So let's do that. Alright, 45 artisans, and let's say 6 here.
Such luxury.
And we'll need to keep an eye on what they need and how much. Okay, let's upgrade these houses. Okay, -3, then we need to upgrade here as well.
Sadness.
Now we don't have enough workers. So let's upgrade these houses to workers. And if we don't have enough farmers, we're just gonna build houses on the second island, since it's connected with a commuter pier. And let's see. They have everything. Alright. -65 artisans. So we upgrade more houses. Now we don't have workers. Let's upgrade some workers. And eventually the farmers are on negative. So let's go ahead and build some farmer houses here. Just gonna copy this block like this. Now we need more clothes here. So let's go ahead and build
I'll do.
the framework knitters. Like this. What else? For the rest we have enough of everything. Okay. Now as you can see here, almost all the buildings that were artisans are now engineers. And over here we have more artisans. It's balanced. So let's see, for the bank we need... we're almost there actually. Let's upgrade those houses. These two. Then again upgrade some artisans. Alright. And we have unlocked the bank. Perfect. Now the bank is a really big building, and it requires more windows, more than I have at the moment. So I'm gonna wait a little bit until I have enough to build one bank, and then we'll see if we need a second one. And I'm gonna see where to build it. It should be maybe over here, but I'm not sure if these buildings are gonna have access to it. If not, then we'll simply build a second bank like on the other side of the city, and that will be perfect. Alright, I will be back once I have enough windows. Alright, we had enough windows, so I already built a bank up here, and
I
I
see
made sure
nothing.
that these buildings have access to it. And now you can see that they actually also get pocket watches. We are not producing pocket watches at all because it's, as I said, really expensive, and you need to import the gold from the new world. And in order to skip all this and not even have to worry about pocket watches, again, the town hall, we have used Mr. Garrick, which provides pocket watches and jewelry. Jewelry is also very expensive, but that's for the investors. And as long as they have access to a bank, which is pretty cool because
Do you
you're
call it
skipping all this
altruism?
and you don't even need gold. Like you can buy gold, I believe, from the prison. Yeah, it's a bit expensive, but you can buy gold and build your own gold factory. But if you have Mr. Garrick, it's not necessary. And where I get Mr. Garrick, you may wonder how come that I have all these nice items in here. How did I buy them? I did not buy them from the prison. Also over here, there's another trick, another nice item that I want to show. For example,
The
my
finishing touches, and
sewing machine
there.
factory is now in the range of a trade union, and in there I have placed Bruno. Bruno is a very nice and
You've been idling for 6 hours already.
oh really?
Bet your empire will be fine without you for a moment or two.
Yes, but I have taken some pauses, so it's fine. Um, yeah, Bruno is actually very good because he gives plus 50 productivity to the bicycle factory, sewing machine factory, and so on. And what he actually does is he gives also advanced weapons and steam motors, and these items are needed. I have already built it here. The what was it called? The steam shipyard. In here, you will, as you can see, you need the steam motors, and for the battleships, you also need the advanced weapons. You get them for free if you have Bruno in here, in the range of your sewing machine factory or the bicycle factory as well. We do not have a bicycle factory because uh, our citizens don't need to have it since our balance is high, and you also need to import the material from the new world, so I'm not gonna do that. I always skip this. I never built that. And as you can see now, we have also skipped the pocket watches. We are making a good amount of money. We have everything needed to upgrade. And actually, you would wonder how come that I
And at
have
the temple.
so many items in here without even buying them from the prison. Sometimes you need to get really lucky to get one of them, because I have legendaries and epic ones. As you can see now, they're not like this one is rare, this one is just uncommon. You can keep re-rolling here, and often you will see expensive items, but epic ones. This one affects the gramophone factory, plus 40 productivity. And instead of wood winners, the building process timber. Wood winners you need to import. So this guy is also very, very, very important. So let's
Just say the word.
actually sell all this soap here and buy him. Yeah. And over here you can also reroll as much as you want. You can check what bonuses they give you. And if you already have them, let's see. I'm gonna spend quite a lot of money here, but I don't really care. This one affects the hospitals, the range, and so on. Not gonna buy him. A champagne cellar, rum distillery. This one you can buy here and export to the new world, and you can use it in the trade union in there. But what I wanted to show is if you already have this NPC, for example, you'll get an icon here to see that you already own it. So you know that if you don't need them right now, you don't have to buy them again. Now, where were we? Okay, these NPCs over here, these items, I'm not sure if you can buy them from the prison. Where I bought them from, and it's maybe too early to tell you that, it's actually from the title screen. And you would wonder, what do you mean by from the title screen? So I'm just gonna press escape. And I'm gonna go to title screen. And in here you have the Grand Gallery. Gonna click that. And over here we have items. And here he is, Mr. Bruno, Mr. Garrick, Ferras. I have bought like 8 Ferras. This is the maximum because he's very good for production buildings. I have her for cigar factories, just 2, more than enough. And I've also bought a few other, like the actor. I have 3 of the actor because it gives you rum and canned food. But now the currency is the problem. Like you need golden tickets, and in order to get golden tickets, you need to be in the investors phase. And this will be for the next video where I'm gonna cover the investors and all the needs that they have and how to fulfill them. But yeah, I will cover it in the next video. For now, just for your information, so you know, you can buy items from the title screen, and every time that you want these items on your island, you simply have to click on your harbor, and this option here will be available. Call Paloma. She is gonna bring them to you, and then you get them. Like you can do it in the beginning of the game. Like if you settle on the island, you can immediately click on Call Paloma. She's gonna bring them to you, and you're gonna have, like in my case, 8 Ferras, which will give plus 50 productivity and all this good stuff from the beginning of the game. This will boost your productivity a lot in the beginning, and you won't need as many um, buildings, because, like, for example, in here, all these buildings have plus 50 productivity, and this means that I really need to build up more in order to need a new factory. But this new factory, for example, this one, if I copy and paste here, it is also gonna get plus 50 productivity. So Ferras, I have spent a lot of money, like a lot of golden tickets for, but it's worth it. Like if you start to make golden tickets, the first one that you would buy ideally is Ferras, just because of this plus 50 productivity, and it says affects all production buildings. It doesn't matter what type of building it is. Is it this one, or even the brick factories? Doesn't matter. Very powerful, this guy. All right, and let's see. Normally now I could like build the oil power plant over here and connect it with the oil harbor, and all these buildings gonna get boosted once more, because you get, I believe, plus 100% productivity if you have electricity. Actually, let's see if the range is gonna be enough. Like if I place it down here, you see the green, like most of the streets are now green. This means that they have access to this building and will eventually also have electricity. Let's actually build one more road here and see. All right, I'm gonna build one just to show you. And now we'll need to make something like this. This will bring down a little bit of my production there, but that's fine. All right, something like that. Wait. Perfect. Okay, it goes in there and it comes out here like this. But now I don't think we have enough oil to power this. Let's see actually on the production tab, oil, see, 24 out of 16, we are producing 16 and we need 24. But I believe we have, yeah, we have actually here 2 more oil springs that we can use. So let's do that. And I see that my farmers are actually going down, so I'm gonna build a few houses here on the second island. This will be actually only farmers and maybe also some workers, but for example, the bricks, as I said, we don't need bricks anymore for now, and I believe we have stacked up like 1,000 ton, like 1,037. It is more than enough, so I can turn them off and get back some workers. I can even delete them, just like this. Okay. Now we need to connect this one as well, like so. And now let's see if we have actually, if we are producing enough oil. Yes, perfect. We have just enough to power all these buildings down here. Okay, now we have electricity in the industry area. If you click on a building, see, it's powered and it's producing 250%. And this 100% comes from the electricity, 50% comes from ferrous, and 100% is just by the building itself. But as you can see now, we are overproducing most probably on most of the things. And see, iron, 250%, we are making more than needed. Schnapps, we don't need these anymore. Let's see what else. I'm gonna slow it down for a bit. Let's see. Okay, fish, we are overproducing. Sausages, this comes because we have upgraded most of the workers to artisans, and the workers needed clothes and fish, but the artisans don't need clothes and fish, so automatically we are gonna overproduce clothes, and that's okay. Oh, I see here 2 buildings that I can upgrade, and later on can upgrade to engineers as well. But yeah, that's I believe pretty much everything you need to know about engineers, because it is a hard phase. It is not so easy, like for example the workers and the artisans. Like when you get to artisans, it begins to be a little bit confusing, but once you get to engineers, it's a hell. If you don't know what to do and how to do it, most of the times your balance is gonna be on negative. You're gonna have unhappy population, and so on and so on. So I hope I have explained everything as simple as possible. And let's have a quick look at everything possible. So the bank we have covered, the light bulbs, pocket watches we are not making because we have Mr. Garrick. Coffee we are buying from Madame Kahina. Steam motors we are getting from what was he called again, Mr. Bruno here. Penny farthings we are not making. It's optional. If you want, of course, you can build that and import the caoutchouc from the new world. Then what else? The advanced weapons we are getting from Mr. Bruno. The large harbor, we have built the steam shipyard. We have not powered it yet, but yeah, ideally would be to power it and eventually build some of these new ships here. You have some very nice ones. Let's see, was it this one? This one has 4 item slots and 3 cargo slots. This one has 6 cargo slots and 2 item slots. So, for example, this ship you would build and have it go back and forth to the new world and back here to import and export some stuff. You can also, for the routes, for example, now we are importing coffee. So we are picking up some coffee from the new world and we are dropping it in the old world. But once we come to the old world, we can say, okay, load potatoes and drop them off in the new world. So this ship is gonna bring coffee, but take potatoes from here and bring them to the new world. It's also possible, and many players just like they build a new ship only for potatoes, while they can use um, the routes that they already have, like the ships that they are already using to transport the goods, to transport back and forth. Like potatoes, we are not gonna need there, but this was just an example. What would you actually need there? Let's see. At some point, I believe, yeah, at some point you're gonna need sewing machines in the new world. Let's see. Okay, we have a really small village here. They don't have rum. That's fine. Okay, if I upgrade here now to Obrera or Obreros, I don't know how it's pronounced. You see, at the end they will need sewing machines, and you can start importing sewing machines here. And yeah, one more thing. For example, now we are bringing
Nice day for it.
red peppers. We don't need red peppers anymore, but just an example, we are bringing red peppers to our main island. But let's say on this island we need some red peppers. We don't want to bring everything to the new to the old island, like the main island. So what you do, you click on your harbor, you click on the red peppers. See, now they're on 0 because I have told my ship to pick as much as he can and bring them over to the main island. So what you do is you click on the red peppers, and down here you can set a minimum stock that your island will need. For example, 20 tons. Yeah. Now my ship is gonna come here, try to pick up some red peppers, but it's not gonna be possible until we have 20 tons of red peppers, and everything above 20 tons, yeah, everything above it will be exported to the main island. See, now we have 6 tons. You can also, for example, if you're overproducing on something, let's see if we are overproducing here. Now, for example, we are overproducing on clothes. You can sell those clothes. Let's see. Where are they? Here. Okay, I'm gonna set a minimum stock of, let's say, 500 tons, like this. Then when you click on sell, yeah, you will get this option. Drag to define a limit. If I put it all the way up, everything above 500 tons will get sold. Like it, the NPCs are gonna come and they're gonna buy this, but until 500 tons. These 500 tons you're gonna use for your residence, and everything above that, yeah, you're gonna sell. And you can see here now we are selling clothes. We can do the same with schnapps. Let's say half of the schnapps that we are producing we're gonna keep for the residents, and the rest we're gonna sell. And by doing that, see, the limit is all the way up. By doing that, you're gonna make sure that your buildings that are producing the schnapps are actually never gonna stop working. They're gonna keep produce schnapps while you actually are making money out of it. You know, you're selling your schnapps to these NPC that come from time to time to your island to check if you are selling something, and these buildings are never gonna stop working. And you can do this with everything. Like if you have buildings that stop working because your storage is full, you can start selling. For example, here the sales. If you go to the sale maker, see this icon says full output storage. Click on the sales. We define a minimum stock that we want to keep. We click on sell, and all the rest, and if you want, you can say like 800. Then you're gonna just sell 300 sales, but I most of the time sell everything. Now the NPCs that need sales will come, buy them from you, and this building will get reactivated again, and it's gonna start to produce sales again.
No space left here.
Same for timber. At some point you're gonna have so much timber and you're not gonna need a lot of timber anymore, so you can start selling timber as well. Let's do that. All right, minimum stock of whatever, sell.
Will you bring order to the scattered cosmos?
Now this also means that if there is something that you don't have or you're underproducing on something, you can buy that. For example, I see now windows are always a problem if you have only one factory. Let's see the rum shortage. Bonita Lucia. Oh, I think this is in the new world. So I'm gonna use some propaganda here just to not have plus 10 consumption, needed consumption.
If you think this is best.
Like this. What was I saying? Yeah, about buying stuff. Okay. Let's say we need to buy windows. You can click on here buy and define how much you want to have. Like what's the maximum amount that you want to have on your island, and I'm gonna say like 402. And if there is a competitor, for example, this lady over here, if she is selling, see, she offers something. She offers iron now. Now she offers work clothes, but she has a few islands already. I have let her build as much as she wants. I believe this one was the main island, and have a good look here. She actually built everything pretty nice and stacked, and for example, she also has now electricity. All these buildings here are, I believe, I cannot see it, but I think all these buildings have electricity now. See how many sewing machine factories she has. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Large warehouse. I don't know why she has 6, but her city looks pretty nice as well. And for example, where is her harbor? Oh, here. See, she is offering beer, steel, and dynamite, and she requests all these items. For example, if I overproduce on light bulbs, I can start selling it, and she's automatically gonna come and buy it from me. And that's pretty much it.
It is irrational
with
to expect such kind.
engineers. I know it's not so easy. You have to think about a lot of stuff, and here we have actually some sick people. I'm gonna build one more hospital over here. Yeah, as I said, you need to think a lot about a lot of stuff, and always have to check your production tab if you're producing enough. I don't know why we don't have enough wood, but that's not a big problem. Just gonna build one over here, connected to the road. This one's gonna go to that warehouse. We're gonna upgrade the warehouse, and yeah. Oh, it actually needs one more. All right. But what I actually also can do is just remove one sawmill, because we have plenty of timber. We don't need so much timber anymore. And let's see, wood. Now we are overproducing, so I'm gonna delete this one. All right, wood. Oh, come on. That's a mistake deleting that. All right, no problem. Let's build it right here. And it needs to plant some trees. Okay, that's fine. And for the rest, everything that we are importing is gonna be on top. And what we need, we don't need actually anything. We have plenty of materials. So from now on, you can do basically whatever, upgrade to investors and go further there, or you can build a lot of battleships and declare war to your competitors, or you can even declare war earlier, because with this shipyard you also are able to make battleships like this one, for example. It's gonna need weapons and sails, but this we already have. Like for example, weapons, we are overproducing on weapons. Well, we don't need so much, so you can say, okay, that's enough, I'm gonna
Taking a
stop,
break,
and you're
but
gonna
you
get
said
some
we could.
workforce back. Alright guys, this is it for this episode. We have covered everything you need to know about the engineers. I would like to thank you if you made it so far into the video, and ask you to subscribe and like the video if you liked it. And in the future I will cover the
You have the spark.
investors. I'm actually gonna upgrade one building,
You reached a new
and
milestone.
investors are gonna give you actually a lot of money. And okay, that's it. Once again, thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.